This move is dumb on so many levels. What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you're listening to Real Talk of Miles Johnson, where you know I always keep it real. Let's get right into it, man. It's been some bombshell news today. It's been some crazy news today. Before I get started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on podcast streaming platforms, subscribe so you know when the latest episodes drop. But right now in the NBA, bro, we have Bradley Beal going to the Phoenix Suns. This move is dumb on so many levels. So many levels. It's like these stars, I can't blame these stars for thinking, well, heck, if I pair up with some great basketball players, we can win a championship. Like, I don't blame them for thinking that. But this is the reason. This is a reason why the best basketball players are not GMs, are not the best GMs. The only guy I can really think of that's a really, really good player and a damn good GM is Jerry West. But aside from him, I'm really trying to think. Help me out if you can. But the best GMs in the sport were not in the league. And if they were in the league, they weren't good. They weren't fantastic. So what I'm saying is, a guy like Michael Jordan was a terrible GM. Terrible GM. Well, terrible president, terrible owner. He missed on so many picks. So why am I saying, NBA players that are great are bad at, picking teams and picking players, picking talent, all that to win a championship? Because time and time again, we see guys like Bradley Beal say, you know what? Kevin Durant is a damn good player. Let me just, team up with him. And heck, I'm so good. He's so great. We're going to end up winning a championship. But what the Nuggets showed, what the Bucks showed in 2021, what the Warriors showed in 2022, what the Raptors showed in 2019, the Lakers, super teams don't work. None of those teams were super teams. The last super team to win a championship was the Golden State Warriors. And that's an aberration because they had so much talent. They were so much better than everybody else. Not to mention they already won a championship prior to acquiring the second best player in the NBA in Kevin Durant. But these super teams now of teams without a true playmaker, teams without any defense, will never fare against teams like the Nuggets, teams like the Bucks, teams like the Celtics, teams like the Lakers, that they have two guys and then a really good team around them. Look at this Suns team. They have no true point guard. No true point guard. Like, you can have Devin Booker play point guard, for like a quarter, maybe like a half. But you can't depend on Devin Booker to be your number one point guard. That takes him away from doing what he does best, which is scoring the ball. So who you better have as your point guard? And then, if you bring in a point guard, who's better play small forward? I don't think Devin Booker is going to play small forward. Bradley Beal ain't played small forward before. And now you're pushing Kevin Durant to be a power forward? Now, it is positionless basketball, but the main problem is no playmaker. All right. So then I saw something. One of my good buds Joel Moran, he said, you know, all the teams that KD has been on, they've only not won championships because of injuries. While that is a fair take, an honest take, a true take, the reason why they never worked is because super teams mean that you have to have a 100% healthy team. Otherwise, it's over. It's over. It's over. For instance, the Bucks, they had, Chris Middleton out for some time. They were still cooking. Still cooking. Still was the best record in the NBA. Right? Like, if you have a complete team around you, if you have some injuries, you can still overcome it. The Suns are not overcoming any injuries if Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, or Bradley Beal get injured. Because who the heck is going to save y'all from y'all bench? Y'all gave up Mikal Bridges, gave up Cam Johnson, gave up Landry Shamet. I mean, what? Cameron Payne going to save the day? Come on now. Come on now, bro. Come on now. And another thing, too, Matt Sheba, he must got some bread, bro. He must have some bread because the amount that you're paying Bradley Beal, the amount that you're paying Kevin Durant, the amount that you're paying DeAndre Ayton, Ayton has to get moved. It's no way. It's no way. It's no way. It's no way. I think if I was why this move? Like I just feel like KD has never learned his lesson. What KD thinks, let me just stack the deck. And if I just have the most talented team in the NBA, that gives me the best chance to win a championship. No, there is a thing called a complete team. There is a thing called a bench. There is a thing called defense. The Phoenix Suns are just going to be the Nets 2.0. But even worse because they don't have a true point guard. At least James Harden, he led the league in assists twice. Like, he's a great scorer that also can pass the ball and can be a point guard. So that, actually worked until the whole Kyrie and Harden thing ended up messing it up. However, the Suns will be worse than the Nets with Kyrie and Harden because they don't have a true point guard. When has Kevin Durant ever been a true playmaker? When has Devin Booker ever been a true playmaker? And I know damn well Bradley Beal ain't going to pass the ball. So what this shows me, Kevin Durant is going to have to turn on his LeBron James hat and start passing the rock. Kevin Durant, you're an all-time great player. If you want to have all these super teams, all these great players around you, you got to change your game. You got to change your game. You got to be able to have at least 7 assists. At least 7 assists. It's either you or Devin Booker, but I would say that it's more onus on you to facilitate. Because if you're having Devin Booker pass the rock, you're really taking him away from what he does best. KD, we know that you can get a bucket anytime you want. That's not a problem. You see with LeBron James, it's never a problem for him to get a bucket. But he prioritizes passing the rock and getting his teammates going first. So that's what you're going to have to do is to get your teammates open first. But I don't think he has that in him. He's a true scorer at heart. But if this can work in any way, it's going to come down to Kevin Durant turning to LeBron James. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. So let me know what you think down below. I don't think this will work. Here are the teams in the West right now that I still have better than the Suns after the Bradley Beal trade. The Nuggets, the Lakers, the Warriors. Yeah, that's it. I ain't gonna overkill it. I ain't gonna overkill it. I was gonna say the Grizzlies, but nah, not now with Ja's suspension. I'd say a healthy Clippers team is better than the Suns. I'd say I can't say the Kings. I can't say the Kings. But whole time I think the Kings would give them a run for their money though. For real. For real. But let me know what you think down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and just let me know what you think if this pairing or this not pairing, this trio, this super teams are back in the NBA. Kudos to Kevin Durant, and we'll see what they do. With that being said, y'all, we're talking Miles Johnson, where I always keep it real. I'm gonna keep giving y'all good content. I've been traveling. I've been at my nana's crib, been at my apartment. I will do what I have to do to get y'all content. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Let's talk with MJ. Out of here.